What's going on YouTube? It's Dizini. Welcome to another Tech Tip Tuesday, and today we're going to be talking about how to properly check brakes. I just want to say this, the main point of these videos, or this, I guess you could say, series of videos, my main point of the channel is to, help the younger, newer starting techs coming into this field. As for me, myself, I'm still a new tech. I've only been doing it for 3 years. I went to school, whatever. So, that's the whole point, of this video and other videos I'm posting as for Tech Tip Tuesday and stuff like that. To give the newer techs and younger techs a head start, and learn from my mistakes and to be a step ahead and be better techs. All right. So I'm going to start off with, how to properly check brakes. So here's a scenario, vehicle comes in, brake pulsation. You got to test drive it, check the brake pulsation, and here's the process. All right. So I know everything's not together, but this is what I got in the shop. So say a customer brings in a vehicle for a brake pulsation. I test drive the vehicle, verify it has brake pulsation, it has front brake pulsation. So once I'm done, what I like to do is check the temperature of the rotors, see how hot they are. After that, I got my temperature, raise it up, take off the wheel, and I'm gonna pop my caliper off. When I pop off my caliper, there's two things you wanna look for. Make sure the boot is not torn like it is here on the caliper. Also, compress your piston, make sure it can go in and it's not seized up. Next, you want to check your slide pins. Are they free? Make sure they're not seized up or anything like that. Slide pins aren't here, but sometimes they're on the bracket, so just make sure you check your slide pins. All right, after that, you want to make sure you measure your rotor. Can it be resurfaced or not, So that's also. And then you want to check the wear pattern on your brakes, your brake pads themselves. Is one side thicker than the other? Are they uneven or anything like that? So obviously, these wear out pretty even, but if one side's thicker than the other side, obviously something's sticking. So you want to keep an eye out on that as well. All right, so that's how you should check brakes. I'll just go over it quickly. First, test drive. Verify, in this case, I used an example of front brake pulsation. So then check the temperature. Now the point for the temperature is, are they running hot? As soon as you're done test driving, the brakes are going to be hot. You want to check the temperature. If it's at 200 degrees, that's way too hot. Say for an SUV, even a truck and a car, that's too hot. So, something's sticky, so that gives you a better idea. And then, I'll explain more about the temperature in another videos. Then, of course, you want to pop your caliper. Check your piston boot. Make sure it's not torn. Compress the caliper. Can it be compressed? Is it stuck? Check your slide pins. Make sure they're nice and free. Stuck slide pins can cause uneven wear and can cause premature wear for the brake pads. Check your pad wear. Attention to detail. How do these pads wear? Do they wear unevenly? Do they wear evenly? Things like that. Also, make sure you're measuring your rotors. Can they be resurfaced? After the resurface, are they still, in specs? I know a lot of shops don't, resurface rotors anymore. They just replace rotors right away. So, if that's your case, then I guess don't measure the rotors. But as for me, if we can resurface the rotors, we resurface them. And the point of this is, when I worked at the dealership, and I've seen other techs, they get a car coming and check brakes, check the brakes. Don't just test drive it. Okay, yeah, it needs front brake jobs. Don't inspect, pads are low. Yeah, it's gonna need front brakes. Because what happens when, you take the front brakes apart or whatever, and then like this one, it needed a caliper. The boot was torn. It might be fine now, still compressed, but in the future, it can seize up on you. You didn't recommend a caliper before you wrote the estimate. So now, and now if you're calling the customer like, hey, it needs a caliper now, and they can't afford it or whatever, You're just putting yourself in a tough situation. And then if you just ignore it and you send that car out the road with the boot torn on the caliper, and it ends up seizing within your warranty, is coming back to you because you failed to mention at a caliper boot that was torn. It might not have been seized then, but in the future it can seize up. So it's little things like that you need to pay attention to, and you check all of this so that way you can write up a proper estimate, so that when we tell the customer, hey, so we can resurface your front rotors, you do need a front brake job. We also notice, hey, the left front caliper boot is torn and is no good, and we need to replace the caliper. Let them know. If they don't want to do it, then fine. You can note it, save your ass, and if it comes back because the left side's sticking, well, hey, that's not under warranty. It's not your fault because you told them it needed a caliper to begin with. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think, how you check the brakes, if you do this or if you don't do this, or if you thought everything I said was stupid. Let me know. That's fine. If you want to see more videos like it, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, hit the bell to get notified when I post another video. I know I didn't get to post that many. I didn't post any actually last week. Just a bad week for me, but I got a couple videos for y'all this week. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.